Sairam students, welcome back. Today we'll be continuing with our third part of the lesson 2.5, Let's March by Kailash Satyarthi. In our first two part, we went through the speech which was given by Kailash Satyarthi. Today we'll be going ahead with the third part of Kailash Satyarthi's speech in our lesson 2.5, Let's March. Okay, part 3. I call upon all the governments, intergovernmental agencies, businesses, faith leaders, workers, teachers, and NGOs, and each one of us to put an end to all forms of violence against children, slavery, trafficking, child marriages, child labor, sexual abuse, and illiteracy. These things have no place in any civilized society. Friends, we can do this. Governments must make child friendly policies and invest in education and young people. Businesses must be more responsible, accountable, and open to innovative partnerships. Intergovernmental agencies must work together to accelerate action. Global civil society must rise above the business as usual and fragmented agendas. Faith leaders and institutions and all of us must stand with our children. We must be bold, we must be ambitious, and we must have the will. We must keep our promises. So, the third part of Kailash Satyarthi's speech starts with him appealing to the government and intergovernmental agencies, the businesses, the faith leaders, everybody, the teachers, the NGOs, each one of us to come together and to help them to put an end to all the forms violences against children. Okay, what are the violences against children which are being committed? Slavery, child marriages, child labor, sexual abuse, illiteracy, trafficking, child trafficking. Okay, so all these things are being done, carried out in today's time, and he feels that all these things have no place in any civilized society. No civilized society should allow any of these forms of violences against the children, because Kailash Satyarthi feels that these children all are our children, not of any particular committee, a community, or any particular country. They are the children of the world. They are the children of each and every one of us. Fine. Next, he is also saying the government to make child friendly policies so that they can invest in education of the young people. Okay, and he's also telling that businesses must be more responsible, accountable, and open to innovative partnerships. Okay, people are doing business, but when you do this business, you should have the innovation in your business which will have which will work towards the progress or the betterment of the children as well. Intergovernmental agencies must also accelerate this action by working together. Global civil society must rise above the business as usual. Yes, they should think about the profit which they are earning and fragmented with these agendas which are quite scattered, which are vast. Faith leaders, yes, faith leaders, the gurus and all those, those religious things which we have, and institutions, all of us must stand with our children. They should also contribute their bit towards the better future of children. He's, he's trying to tell us to be bold, yes, be ambitious, and also have the will. And we must keep our promises. The promises which we give, they should be completed, they should be fulfilled. If these promises to the children are fulfilled, those children will definitely get that encouragement. Okay, definitely get that encouragement to do better for themselves, and in the end it will help not only one child to develop in, but the others as well. Over 50 years ago, on the first day of my school, I met a cobbler boy my age sitting outside the gate of my school. I asked my teachers, why is he working outside? Why is he not with us in the schools? My teacher had no answer. One day I gathered the courage to ask the boy's father. He said, Sir, I have never thought about it. We are born to work. His answer made me angry. It still makes me angry. As a child, I had a vision of tomorrow. a vision of that cobbler boy sitting with me in my classroom. Now that tomorrow has become today. I am today, and you are today. Today it is time for every child to have a right to life, right to freedom, right to health, right to education, right to safety, right to dignity, right to equality, and right to peace. So Mr. Kailash recalls an incident over 50 years ago when it was the first day of his school, where he met a cobbler boy who was sitting outside the school gate. So he questioned his teachers why he's not coming to school. The teachers had no answer for that. One day he gathered the courage of going and asking the boy's father that why he is not sending the child to school. So he's telling, I have never thought of doing so, because we are born to do this work. Yes, we are born to carry out on this hereditary of being a cobbler from the father to the son. So the answer which the father gave angered Kailash Satyarthi, and it still makes him angry, because he had a vision of tomorrow. He had thought of something, he had dreamt of something, a vision that this cobbler boy who was sitting outside the gate one day would be next to him in his classroom. That is what he had, a vision of tomorrow. And he's also saying that vision of tomorrow has become today. That has become the vision for me today, because if at that time I couldn't help that child to come to school and get educated, today I will try to bring come ahead, take the initiative, and help the other children to get what they are deserved to be getting. He's telling, I am today and you are today. Today it is the time for every child to have a right to life. Yes, he's telling what rights do the child have. They have the right to life, freedom, health, education, safety, dignity, equality, and peace. So children are also entitled. Children are also entitled to all these rights. So with these rights, they can have a better future. Yes, if they have a better future, it will in turn, when they think of all these things, they will also try to reciprocate to have a better future for the other future generations ahead. So it's going to be a chain. One good turn deserves another. So if you do a good deed to someone else, that person in return will try to do something good for somebody else. So that's a chain which gets connected. Yes, so if that is connected, that is the underlying thing which Kailash Satyarthi is trying to tell us. You do good today, that good will continue to do good to n number of people in future. Today, beyond the darkness, I see the smiling faces of our children in the blinking stars. Today, in every wave of every ocean, I see my children are playing and dancing. Today, in every plant, in every tree and mountain, I see our children growing freely with dignity. So he's telling that today, in today's time, beyond the darkness, he's having a futuristic view, that he's seeing the child smiling, yes, in the blinking stars. He sees in every wave of every ocean, I see my children are playing and dancing. Every plant and every tree and every mountain, he sees that these children are also growing the same way, freely and with dignity. Friends, I want you to see and feel this in today inside you. My dear sisters and brothers, as I said, many interesting things are happening today. May I please request you to put your hand close to your heart, close your eyes, and feel the child inside you. I am sure you can now. You can. Now listen to that child. Listen, please. So see, it's such a heart feeling appeal Kailash Satyarthi is making. He's telling the children that, dear brothers, he's appealing, addressing the people who are there, listening to his speech, that put your hand close to your heart, close your eyes, and feel the child inside you. Every person has a child inside him or her. So you feel that child. What does the child wanted? What does the child wants? Yes, and try to see to it. I'm sure if you listen to that child inside you, definitely you will be able to help the children of the world. And now listen to that child. Listen, please. That is what he's telling. Listen to the child inside you, and that child will tell you what the other children wants. Okay, fine. Going ahead. Today, I see thousands of Mahatma Gandhis, Nelson Mandelas, and Martin Luther Kings calling on us. Let us democratize knowledge. Let us universalize justice. Together, let us globalize compassion. I call upon you in this room and all across the world. I call for a march from exploitation to education. I call for a march from poverty to shared prosperity, a march from slavery to liberty, and a march from violence to peace. Let us march from ignorance to awakening. Let us march from darkness to light. Let us march from mortality to divinity. Let us march. So, in the end, he's concluding his speech with let's march. Now what he is asking us, he's telling us that today he can see many people who may resemble have a thinking of Mahatma Gandhi, the thoughts of Nelson Mandela, and also Martin Luther King. He's also telling to democratize knowledge, yes, freedom of knowledge, universalize justice. Together let us globalize compassion. And I call upon you in this room. He's appealing to everybody in this room, and all, not only those people in this room but others who are watching him across the world, calling for a march from exploitation. Means he wants a change from exploitation of these children to help them in getting education, from poverty to shared prosperity. It's not from being poor to being rich. He's telling from poverty to shared prosperity. Whatever you're gaining, whatever you're having, share it. A march from slavery to liberty, and a march from violence to peace. So he wants a change from exploitation to education, from poverty to shared prosperity, from slavery to liberty, and a march from violence to peace. So if these things are changed, let's march means he wants to bring about these changes. If these things are changed, definitely we will building a strong future for our future citizens of the world, our children. He also wants us to march from ignorance to awakening, march from darkness to light, and march from mortality to divinity. Yes, ignorance. Ignorance is the root cause, can be the root cause of all evils. So he wants that ignorance to be rooted out, and an awakening, the lamp of knowledge to be lit. Let us march. If that lamp of knowledge is being lit, you will march from darkness towards light. And if that is done, you will march from mortality to divinity. Mortality means you're dead, means it will not be, human beings are not immortal, okay, but from that mortality you will try to reach to divinity, towards the godliness. Yes, so let us march, and it should be a march. It has to be continuous, it should not be stopped. That is what he's trying to tell us. Okay, and also I would like to tell you children, like when you show compassion towards each other, have that divinity, want to have that godliness, you always keep this in mind: the God in me welcomes the God in you. So that is what can keep the mankind, the humanity still alive, if we come together and fight together, unite together to root out all the evils, not only child labor but also the other evils which are being done on these children: child trafficking, sexual abuse, child labor, child marriages. All these things should be uprooted, should be eradicated from the society. Yes, then only, because these children are the future of our world. Yes, if these children are guided in a proper way, shown the right path, their future is going to be bright as ever. Yes, so that is what, through this speech, though long but a very very important, a very appealing speech by Kailash Satyarthi, can can be an eye opener for everybody. Fine, I hope you must have also learned something from this, children. It is a very sensitive issue, the child labor. It is to ban all over the country, all over the world. Child labor has been banned, but still there are cases where other than child labor, other cases also coming up where children are being harassed in some way or the other. So we can do a bit from our contribute our bit to help these children have a better future. Okay, Now we have a homework for you children. You have to do this. Name the following. So you have to do this in your notebook. The persons to whom Kailash Satyarthi gives the credit of his honor. Those two Indians and the one from Pakistan. The greatest personalities from the Lord of Buddha. So-called daughters of Kailash Satyarthi. He has Malala, two Kainats. Yes, and one more. And the foreign activists of equal rights mentioned in the speech. Yes, equal rights. The foreign activists, it was Nelson Mandela and Martin Luther King. Okay, one more. Mention the social issues highlighted by Kailash Satyarthi in his speech. One social issue is given for you. We have already discussed about child labor, child trafficking, sexual abuse, child marriages, yes, slavery, isn't it? Also, all these are the issues, social issues which are related to children. That also you have to do, and you have to do this. Complete the following diagram or chart. The aim in life of Kailash Satyarthi is that every child should be free. It's clearly mentioned in the lesson. And also complete the web chart. Let us globalize. Let us democratize knowledge. Let us globalize compassion. So all that you will be adding this in the web chart. So these 3 questions you have to solve it in your book and keep it ready. Okay. So in the next part, though we have finished with the lesson over here, in the next part we will be doing about the activities which are there given after the lesson. So be ready for doing that, and till then stay safe. Sai Ram.